tech is moving so fast. Could XRP be replaced by something better in 10 years? You make a really good point that the tech is progressing very quickly. However, banks and institutions and enterprises and governments work on a very cyclical pattern. And you can look at it and see that somewhere between every 80 and 120 years, there is a rotation and a new reserve currency that comes into vogue. Another one's kind of phased out. At least that's been the pattern over the last 500 years. Ray Dalio has written books on this. Other people have written books on it. You might look at The Fourth Turning, which talks about socioeconomic patterns in correlation with the changing currency cycles. This one's going to be a bit different because it's a agnostic asset that sits in the middle of all the counterparties and is trustless. There won't be one centralized currency or counterparty that the world's relying on. And I think because of that, it'll persist much, much, much longer than the normal period of somewhere between 80 and 120 years. I think it could be another like 2,000 years before we get another chance like this one. They're just scared. They're trying to push it out. They don't want Ripple to compete with them. And I said for a long time, I was like, I don't know if Ripple's going to become a bank because they're going to compete directly with all the banks. But when you're not able to get the adoption, and similar to like my position and what we built with our company, I couldn't get wealth managers to do what I wanted. I want it done a certain way. I know it's better. I know how it should work. Couldn't get them to do it. Nobody would do it. So you guess what? We did it. I went ahead and did it myself. And I think that's the point where Ripple's at. I think they're like, hey, we've got all this cool stuff over here to be able to use XRP, cut your costs and save you a bunch of money and, increase money velocity and benefit everybody. And you guys won't do it. So you know what? Since you won't do it, we're going to do it. And then you're going to have to catch up. I think that's the scenario that we're watching play out. And I think that's the reason they're trying to fight it.